I'm Tom Fenstermacher. This is my wife, Deb. We have been a part of Encounter for over 30 years now. I think I started coming in 1983. She had started coming just before me. We were dating at the time, and that's how I got here to Encounter. So we have been married for 33 years. We have 4 adult children, and we are official empty nesters at this point in time.
I was a young adult moving into the area to go to school at Hershey Med. I stayed with one of the church members and got then connected to Palmyra Church as a 20-something. And then I met Tom at the Med Center, and I said, come to church with me. So he did, and he stuck around. We were supported by the church in our decision to be married and grew in a couples setting. When our kids came along, we were supported and encouraged to bring them up in the faith, and just had role models to help us do that. So I think the church has given us a great foundation to then share what we've learned, and to know that we are walking this road together.
So over the years, as the church has continued to grow, we've been through a number of initiatives. The first was when we bought the land out in South Annville Township, and that was the Grace of Giving campaign. And then when we bought the Redner's building, then we went into Together a New Story. That was phase 1. And then phase 2, to get everything done except the main auditorium, was be part of the story. And then that led us into Unfinished to complete the auditorium. But even more so than just completing the building, we have just seen growth, not only in numbers of people coming, but also in people's lives. This has been a place, I think, through each of these initiatives where people they've come here, they've engaged with us, they have gotten part of growth groups, they have come to understand their own gifting, and then they begin to serve using the gifts that God has given them. And that has been a really cool process to see. One of the things I think of through Unfinished, for me, that really goes back in time, is this church has always had a heart for missions. And this past year has just really been terrific. If I recall all the things, we've had a large team go to Guatemala. We had our junior hires go into New York. We had a team go off to New Mexico. We had a team go off into Africa. And behind all of that was Impact Palmyra, where over 300 people of this congregation served our local community together.
I think as our building has grown, I think our hearts have grown too, because I see what was once a small church where people knew each other, turn into a larger church where people are excited to get to know new people. And maybe in that sense we have just expanded our hearts because we see our community perhaps more as where we are to share our lives, share Jesus, and we have become, I think, more generous, in fact, I think, to have our church be a place of caring, a place of serving, and a place of going out. Not just for people to come to us, but we want to go out into our community, into our world. And I've seen that spirit grow. I don't think there's anywhere else I would like to invest, or I know it will live on after me, you know. That what we do now with our decisions, with our money, will impact people now and in the future. And I do want to be a part of that. Reaching this community for God is worth it.